Everybody ready to go? Okay. All right, so first, before we get started, I want to remind all the commissioners, including our three new commissioners, when you want to speak, please unmute yourself. There's a little button there by your microphone, and then state your name, Commissioner Ling, for example, and before you start speaking, so everybody knows who's addressing the commission. And also for any voting on any measure today, you just learn how to use the touchscreen. If you have questions, go to the person next to you who can hopefully can help you. Yeah, the touchscreen's pretty straightforward, and I'll try to give specific direction on who can vote, and how we should vote. Ready to go? All right, let's go. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to call to order the March 17th, 2026 Senior Citizen Commission meeting at 2:02 p.m. Can we do roll call, please?
Let the record show all commissioners are present with one vacancy.
Thank you. That brings us to agenda item 3, the Pledge of Allegiance. Today, I will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. In the future, the chair, whoever is the chair after today, can ask each of the commissioners to take their turn to lead the pledge. All rise, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so today, agenda item 4, this is the first meeting of our new term. We have 3 new commissioners, and I would like to hear each of you say a few things about yourself, introduce yourselves to everyone else. Just a few minutes, and we'll start with Commissioner Thunder at the end.
Well, I hate to go first, but I will. Julie Thunder. I've been involved with issues in and around the city for a long time, and I thought it was time to formalize it a little bit. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Smith.
Hello, I'm Kristen Smith, and I've been a resident for several years here, and I thought this would be, like Julie, an excellent opportunity to serve the community and become more acquainted with the inner workings of the city, as well as meet new people.
Great. Commissioner Caden.
Hi, I'm Karen Caden. I've been here for I'm Karen Caden, been here for 44 years, and 1986, 9 months pregnant, walking the streets to help in corporation, and learned quite a bit over the years. And I love Encinitas, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. That brings us to agenda item 5, oral communications, possible direction to staff. Do we have any speakers today?
Yes, for oral communications, we have 2 speakers today. The first speaker is Lee Ratcliffe with Safe Streets Encinitas, and she's here to speak about red light cameras. And as a reminder, you have 3 minutes to address the commission.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Lee Ratcliffe. I'm a founding member of Safe Streets Encinitas. I've been here once before to introduce us and our group. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about red light cameras. There is a Senate bill that went through, and it's went into began in January. That is Senate Bill 720 that revamps the red light camera program. It provides a lot more structure. It addresses some of the issues that we had with the old red light camera program. 2 weeks ago, the Mobility and Traffic Safety Commission, they voted and approved their approval of this new program under this new Senate bill. We're here today to ask your approval of this red light camera program. And implementing a new red light camera program in Encinitas. Red light cameras help reduce red light cars going through red lights. This is one of the top ways that people are killed around the country. So it is important to reduce red light camera running, and this is one of the most proven methods to do that. Seniors are a very vulnerable population, and I think that this bill will help seniors also in getting around our town and look out for them and their safety. I did send you guys a document, but I sent it very late, so you probably don't have it. But in your emails, you will have a document that breaks down the Senate bill and some of the questions that it's answered. It also gives a little background on our red light camera program and some of the stats from that program. It did show that it reduced red light running. What else? That's it. So we're here to ask you to send a letter to council. We're trying to get a lot of momentum around this red light camera and see if we can't get it implemented in our city. Our goal is no fatalities on our streets. Thank you.
The second speaker today is Katie Popina. Is that correct? She's here to speak about no smoking in apartments and condos. And as a reminder, you have 3 minutes to address the commission.
Hello, I'm Katie Papanyak. I've lived here about 42 years. One of the Karens has me beat. I appreciate what all of you do. You are volunteers and you're helping us all out in the city, and I've seen many of you be helpers for a long time, so I really appreciate that. I am today representing San Diego Alliance for Smoke-Free Youth, or drug-free youth. I'm thinking smoke-free multi-unit housing right now. At which I said condos. I couldn't park in the parking lot. There was not one space, so I'm sorry I had to run in here. So you will see on the first page about secondhand smoke. This is what we are working on with this county right now on trying to get smoke-free air in multi-unit housing. I wrote apartments and condos because that was as fast as I could write to get it in on time. You'll see some of the major things that affect all ages of people, but of course, as we get older, all of the heart disease, breathing problems, and all those kinds of things seem to affect us all. One of the things that I felt is the first thing that is said on here is up to 65% of the air in an apartment can come from other units in the building. So anytime you have shared walls, that's very, very bad for smoky air coming through. A lot of people say marijuana smoke is not the same, but smoke is smoke. So I just wanted to highlight that. As far as the volunteer work that you do, San Diego Alliance for Drug-Free Youth has been around for over 30 years, and we do lots of things. So you'll see them highlighted on here. I know Kristen's been involved with the Canine Unwind, and Karen is involved. Karen Koblenz has done plenty of things with us. You're all invited to our community networking luncheons that we have about every 3 months. So the other thing that I just wanted to mention is I did go to the last of the age-friendly meetings. I really got a lot out of that. I see the letter on your agenda today about that. I think anything we can do, we go and speak to Youth Commission a lot, anything we can do to get youth and seniors working together to help the community is a good thing. So I appreciate all of your work. Thank you.
We have one additional speaker. Jim O'Hara is here representing himself, and he's here to welcome the commission, or the new commissioners.
I'm going to even start talking. All right. I'm just having a timer. So I'm Jim O'Hara. It's great to be here and see all of you. This is the new, yet to be completed Senior Commission, and we're really grateful that all of you have donated your time. I want to thank all of you who have donated your time previously and created a legacy on this commission that we look forward to moving forward with and doing a lot of positive things. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I would say the only bit of advice I leave towards any of these commissions is we're really encouraging our commissions to stay on your work plan and stay with it so that we can help you the best we can. We want you to be successful in your endeavors. You've dedicated to it, so I reach to the chair to remind the rest of the commission of the work plan so they can become familiar with it, see how they can contribute to it, and make that work plan really robust and successful. I think it's going to be a great number of years for all of you up there. I'm excited to see this group, and congratulations. We're very proud of you, have you as part of our residents. Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to agenda item 6, changes to the agenda. Are there any changes to today's agenda?
There are no changes to the posted agenda.
Okay, agenda item 7, approval of the minutes. So, we are here to approve the meeting minutes for the February 17th, 2026 regular meeting. Before I ask for a motion, it's been pointed out to me that if you were present in the audience for this meeting, or if you watched the meeting on video, you can vote. So, because you actually did see we're involved in the meeting. So, do I hear a motion to approve the February 17th, 2026 regular meeting minutes?
This is Commissioner Angel, and I do make the motion that we approve the February 17th, 2026 minutes.
Thank you. Commissioner Angel has made the motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Commissioner Koblenz, I second the moment to approve the February 17th, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
That's a mouthful. Commissioner Koblenz has seconded the motion. So we'll go to touchscreen voting. So people who were present for the meeting or participated in the meeting can vote. Everyone else should abstain.
Okay. Let the record show that the motion to approve the minutes passes with 3 commissioners voting yes and 3 commissioners abstaining.
Okay, this brings us to the exciting part of today's meeting. Agenda item 8, action items. 8A, this is the first duty for our new commissioners. We will be electing a chair and a vice chair to serve a 1-year term. So I want to point out that after this chair is selected, I will finish out this meeting. Whoever has been selected as chair will continue in next month's meeting and assume the chair position. So we will now vote. We will now vote to elect a chair and a vice chair to serve a 1-year term. Please know that a commissioner may nominate themselves or another commissioner. With that being said, the floor is now open for chair nominations. Is there a nomination for chair?
Commissioner Koblenz, I nominate Lambert Ling, the current chair, for the next 2026-27 commission.
Okay, I accept. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. That was Commissioner Koblenz.
I'm sorry,
That's all right. We'll get hang of it.
Commissioner Smith.
Commissioner
I
Koblenz
second
made
the
the motion, and Commissioner Smith seconded. Thank you. Are there any other nominations for chair? Boy, it's crickets. Okay, so as the only nominee, there's no need for a vote. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that anyway. All right, let's go vote.
Commissioner Angel, point of order. It says we're voting to elect a chair and a vice chair. However, we have not nominated a vice chair.
We can correct that in Granicus.
Thank you.
Looks, do we miss one? Did somebody not vote? Koblenz, Commissioner Koblenz?
I'm sorry, but who would be the vice chair?
Well, we'll do that next.
Oh, this says, okay, something
Okay,
different.
so the first one was a practice run.
Understood.
Everybody vote again. Here we go. We're good.
Let the record show the motion to nominate Chair Ling as the chair passes with 5 commissioners voting yes and 1 commissioner abstaining. So congratulations, Chair Ling, you are now the chair of the Senior Commission, again.
Thank you, everyone. The floor is now open for vice chair nominations. Again, nominees, commissioners may nominate themselves or another commissioner.
This is Commissioner Angel, and I'd like to nominate Commissioner Koblenz as the vice chair.
Commissioner Koblenz hereby does not accept that nomination, but thank you very much.
Okay. Any other nominations? We have some new commissioners out there, so
Oh, I don't mind nominating Mona because you are experienced and know your position.
Manager Goodsell, please state your name for the record.
Karen Caden.
Thank you.
Commissioner Caden nominates Mona Angel.
This is Commissioner Angel. While I certainly appreciate the honor, I've sat as the vice chair previously, and I think it would be a wonderful opportunity for someone who hasn't sat in this position to have some experience. So I politely decline.
Because it seems like everyone's just speaking freely.
Who are you?
I'm Julie Thunder, and Commissioner Thunder, and I'd like to nominate Kristen, Commissioner Smith.
okay. Do I have, would you accept that nomination?
Yes, I would.
Is there a second to the nomination for Commissioner Smith as vice chair?
Karen, Commissioner Caden would second it.
Okay. And as a formality, we will vote.
Let the record show the motion to nominate Commissioner Smith as the vice chair passes with 5 commissioners voting yes and 1 commissioner abstaining. Congratulations, Commissioner Smith, you are now the vice chair.
We won't make you move yet, so next time.
Oh, okay.
That brings us to agenda item 8B,
And-
Senior Citizen Commission.
Excuse me, Chair Ling, we
sorry.
have one person who would like to speak to agenda item 8B. Molly Hintlian would like to speak with a neutral position to agenda item 8B.
Okay.
So you may come up to the podium, Ms. Hintlian. Sorry. I don't know what she wants to bring up. So, Ms. Hintlian, you can come up to the podium, and you have 3 minutes to address the commission. Oh, a staff report.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not
Okay, I'll just speak to it. As long as you can. I apologize. I thought you guys were going to discuss it because you're new. But I will jump in.
Molly Hitlian, District 2. Congratulations, new commissioners. It's an exciting new year for a new work plan. Would like to highlight that there's some programming opportunities. As you develop your new work plan, what I noticed was, and I'm a senior citizen, that there was lack of programming. They ended the year, I think the recent trip to the safari park was a success. I heard from fellow citizen peers that they would have liked to have gone, but they had a conflict. But I've also heard, and I agree with this, that there should be more trips to the museum and more events to connect other senior citizens doing programming. Today, I had lunch at the senior center, and I met 2 new people who've never participated at the senior center, and they enjoyed their lunch, and they hope to participate more. And they were young senior citizens, and they participate in the Roomba class or something like that. But what we're learning is there's a lot more community members that would connect and participate. So I applaud you on your past efforts, but there's room to grow here. So speaking of, I was hoping that you were going to recap your highlights from the prior year work plan and then give the new commission time to weigh in on the new work plan. So when I was looking at the attachment number 2, the proposed work plan, I'm concerned that there's ongoing research with SDSU. I thought that was a 1-year program. And I think we've yet to see the results, so committing to an ongoing relationship to formalize seems a little premature. Some of the other items regarding staff recommendations for public transit, I think is admirable and should be looked at. And as far as, sorry, there was one more item here and I'm running out of time. As far as creating programs and speakers, I think having someone speak about traffic safety and what all the new bike lanes mean would be really helpful, because we've designed a lot of complex transportation methods throughout the city and they're not consistent. So as I wrap up, thank you for your time.
Thank you. So just a point of information, this is the first meeting of the new term with our new commissioners, and part of the agenda for this particular meeting is to create the new work plan for this coming fiscal year. So what we see is we will be voting on the outcomes from the previous year and finalizing that. That gets submitted to City Council, and then we'll start working on what we want to do for the new work plan. My intention is, for today, is to get about halfway through that, because I realize that the new commissioners are a little bit at a disadvantage. This is the first time you've done this kind of thing before. You're going to be absorbing a lot of information, and the intent here is to get started with this. I'm not going to ask anybody to commit to ad hoc organizations or ad hoc committees at this point, but when we wrap up this meeting, we will table the discussion on the work plan. Let everybody go home, mull over, look things over, kind of digest things a little bit, and then when we come back again in the regular meeting in April, we will finish. And hopefully at that point, you've had a chance to ask your questions, kind of let things percolate a little bit, come up with some ideas of your own, and then we can finish up the work plan. And I think there's some excellent suggestions there. I'm a big fan of the field trips, and I think one of the things, of course, that we'll have to figure out is where to get funding for all these things. So that's always an adventure. Okay, so let's get on to that. Agenda item 8B, approval of the fiscal year 2025-2026 work plan outcomes. Do I hear a motion to approve the fiscal year 2025-2026 work plan outcomes?
This is Commissioner Angel. I do make the motion that we approve the fiscal year 2025-2026 outcomes.
Okay, Commissioner Angel makes the motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Commissioner Koblenz seconds the motions to approve the work plan 2025-2026.
Okay, so this one, we're going to vote, but my understanding is only the commissioners who were incumbent from the previous year can vote on this. So that means Commissioner Angel, Commissioner Koblenz, and myself. And everyone else can abstain. Yes, Commissioner Thunder.
I see that 8B is divided into 4 sections.
Yes,
Are you only talking about the first section?
just the first one, just approving the outcomes from the last year. Okay? Okay, we need one more abstention.
Just waiting on one more.
That's all right.
Okay. Let the record show that the motion passes with 3 commissioners voting yes and 3 commissioners abstaining.
Okay. So this gets us to the fun part. We have sort of a template at this point for the fiscal year 2026, 2027 work plan. None of this stuff is cast in concrete. Anything is up for grabs. What's worked in the past for us is I've made some suggestions about things that we should just keep, and we can discuss if everyone is in agreement with that. And then the next part would be what things we can throw away, discard, and then what things either require change or, do we want to have new work plan items added? So I'm going to start with work plan items 1 through 5. I feel, please look those over. I think we should change them, keep them the same. Let me read what they are so everybody can hear what they are. So the first one is pretty much a catch-all for everybody. It's attend city-hosted events and programs, city-partnered events, serving as city ambassadors or volunteers. You get to show up and be a senior citizen commissioner at these kind of events and when you're volunteering, because you're basically representing the city. I strongly recommend volunteering for these kind of events. It's a good way for you to meet people for outreach, make people aware of the commission. And it's also a good way to familiarize yourself with what's the importance of volunteering. So work plan item 1, I strongly suggest we keep that. Work plan item 2 is identifying guest speakers for monthly meetings to provide education regarding topics related to the work plan goals and adults 50 plus, and then find the platforms to disseminate the information to those older adults. We've already got some suggestions for guest speakers that we want to have. And what we've learned is by scheduling these speakers well in advance, we can promote and do outreach, put up signage that says, here's the schedule for the next 3 months for the speakers that we're planning on having at our commission. Lining them up relatively early in the course of the term really works out well for us, because we have a greater chance of people wanting to participate and wanting to listen.
Are we discussing them as you go through?
Absolutely.
Or?
Feel free, yes.
Okay.
So, and if I get to the end of that 5 and we want to keep talking, we're welcome to do that.
Okay.
So just when you want to speak up, just say, Commissioner Thunder, I would like to say a few things or have some comments for this.
Commissioner Thunder, I would like to say a few things.
Absolutely.
On item number 2, where you state on the far right, commissioners shall promote monthly meetings and guest speakers via community event calendars, press releases, and flyers. A couple questions. When you're talking about setting up guest speakers, I assume you mean having them at our meetings, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And so you're looking to have seniors around town come to our meetings and watch the guest speakers?
They can be in the audience if they want, yes.
Of course. I mean, but that's what you, I'm just trying to clarify.
Yeah,
I
so there's a
haven't-
couple of things that we've done this last couple of years that seems to have worked out well. By announcing these speakers well in advance, and there's some guidelines that we need to follow for the city as to what kind, who is permitted to appear as a guest presenter. But you can either be in the audience, or we've made arrangements, and I think that's still going on with the senior lunch program, right? Where we can watch a video of that presentation with senior lunch. So those are the two mechanisms we have. If
This
you
is
guys-
Manager Goodsell. I also wanted to let you know that these meetings are recorded, so anyone can go on the city website and view the presentation that way as well.
Yes. Now, we got some new commissioners. If you can come up with other creative ways to get more people to watch these guest speakers, that would be great. So how do we get people to, how do we promote this program? How do we make sure that more people are aware of what's going on? There are various community service organizations now that keep tabs on who our guest speakers are, and they can share that information as well with their constituency. So lots of different options for this.
Has the commission been working with our social media
Yes. We can do
manager?
better,
'Cause-
but yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and by the way, for agenda items 1 through 5, this is not something that we've limited to the ad hoc group of 3. We basically said everybody should be involved in this. So that includes the hosting and part volunteering in agenda work plan item 1, recommending guest speakers for work plan item 2. The third one is researching best practices as it relates to adults 50-plus issues, identifying senior resource gaps, and then setting letters of support to city council and commissions, and then following up as needed.
Commissioner Koblenz, for point of clarification with regard to booking speakers, that all goes through staff. We don't book the speakers.
Exactly.
So if I have a guest speaker, I can't just have them show up. It needs to go to interim, correct?
That's right. So we would
Thank
go
you.
through Manager Mickelson and basically give him the contact information for that speaker, and then he will vet it out and then schedule the speaker.
This is Manager Goodsell. Also, to clarify, when we say all, what that means is dialogue takes place at the commission meeting, because this item would be on the agenda for the public to hear. So there can be no dialogue outside of the public meeting when there's more than 3 people serving on an ad hoc. So when it's all communication should be taking place here at the commission meeting.
That's
And
correct.
discussed. And then you can let staff know, your staff liaison, Troy Mickelson, what speakers you would like him to line up.
That's correct. In a regular meeting, what would happen at this point is we would ask all the individual commissioners and their various, whether you're doing it as part of the work plans that apply to everybody or your specific ad hoc, to provide updates. So that basically goes all the way back and forth. So that's in a public setting in this regular meeting.
Commissioner Angel, I just want to clarify one additional thing. So at this time, we're not submitting any names for guest speakers today? Or are we? Manager Mickelson, are you accepting names for today for future potential lists?
If you do have Manager Mickelson, if you do have a list of those individuals that are interested in being a speaker in a future commission meeting, yeah, I will gladly accept those. Right now, April, we're still working on an April speaker. We do have May and June tentatively scheduled. So if you can find somebody quick turnaround for possibly April, that'd be beneficial. Then July will be is a dry month where we are not in session.
Manager Goodsell here, as this is a new commission, you should all be discussing here and now
Right.
as a collective body what speakers you would like for the current term, and come to some decision on that as a collective body here. And then we can move forward as staff in lining those speakers up starting next month. But you should discuss it amongst yourself and come to a decision on that.
So the other thing I want to mention is, I want to warn everybody, usually this meeting runs about an hour. I do my very best as chair to keep everybody on schedule and on point, so the meeting concludes around 3 o'clock. When we start doing work plan creation, those meetings almost always run long. My expectation is we could easily go for another hour from here. Hopefully not much more than that. At such point, when I think there's a good time for us to break, I will table the work plan discussion, finish up the rest of our meeting agenda, and with the idea that in April, when we get together again, we'll wrap things up.
Oh, thank you. Commissioner Caden, regards to the timing that we may have to wait for someone that can be a speaker, they've been here in January, and I just want to bring a point of consideration of having Mr. Jonathan Tagg back regards to Don't Get Hooked, regards to helping elderly people with scams. I found that the most interesting speaker that can help all ages and us. So I know that you mentioned that it might take lengthy, but I know it could be lengthy for this gentleman to come back.
Yes.
But if I could just put this on the table, and I thank you.
So Commissioner Caden brings up a good point. It's not a bad idea to bring back repeat speakers, right? This is not one of those things where you just talk about this one topic and the topic is gone forever. So if there are things that we feel are of great interest to our demographic, our community, we should definitely invite them back to speak again.
This is Commissioner Angel, and in regards to our guest speaker today, related to traffic safety, I'm on the Encinitas Bike Walk Committee, and I think it's vitally important that we do promote, in any means possible, the heightened awareness of not only traffic safety, bicycle safety, and to that end, I would love to consider having someone from the Bike Walk Committee here in Encinitas to talk about the laws, the bike lanes and all of the things that we heard about today. We have happen to have a citizen that is very well versed on these laws. She's a bicycle instructor. She teaches these classes. She's spoken numerous times to the city council, and she's been a guest here. So I'd like to put out Christine Schindler as a potential guest who can very well speak to these new bike lanes and anything else, so as a consideration for us to put down for a future guest speaker.
Manager Goodsell here. Does the commission agree that they want to keep item number 2, identify guest
Thank you.
speakers?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Point of clarification, please. So I thought we were talking about 1 through 5, whether we were going to keep it, and then I thought we had, again, point of clarification, and I agree with both of my colleagues, they're great speakers. I thought we were going to table that until we have an official work plan.
Yeah, but I think for item 2 in particular, because we'd like to start making arrangements for these guest
Perfect.
speakers
Thank
as
you.
early as
Thank you.
possible, I think
Thank
it's
you.
reasonable for us to kind of have that little digression. So I'm okay with that. Any other ideas for guest speakers before we
Yes,
move
this
on?
is Commissioner Smith. I totally agree with the having somebody talk about the new bicycle lanes and the walks. I mean, from my perspective, I think we need to know how to drive a car through all of this, and I don't mean it sarcastically, a maze of the signs and everything. So I think something tied into that would be very, very helpful. I also had a couple of suggestions, and full disclosure, I volunteer for these organizations, but one of them is Rancho Coastal Humane Society. They have a lot of senior programs to help seniors with sickness, with pet illness, and also food. They have a food bank for seniors who need assistance with getting food for their dogs. So that's just a number of items, and I can suggest speakers if we were interested. And another one is One Safe Place. They're located in San Marcos, and they're a full basically a one-stop shopping as far as being able to provide assistance to victims of violent crimes and domestic abuse, whether it's children all the way through seniors. And I think getting somebody from there that can give a helpful overview. And I think my position is they really need to be more well-known out in the community. I think that if various resources within the city of Encinitas knew about this organization, I think it would be a great collaborative effort. So that was one of mine. Thank you.
Thank you,
Commissioner
Smith.
Thunder,
Please.
jumping in. One thing I'd like to see, and you may have done it before, and it may be appropriate to do it again or not, is maybe somebody from the senior center to come and introduce the programs that are available. I'm a senior, and I was unaware till I went to my orientation meeting. I mean, I knew there were things there, but I think if you're somebody like my parents, you might know there's something out there, but not feel comfortable going in by yourself and trying it. And I think having a speaker come to address what's available and make it sound welcoming, and maybe have someone talk about the experience of if it's your first time, that there's a lot of support. And that's what I see. I would like to see more seniors involved in those programs that are already there and that are already working. So.
All right. Manager Mickelson, you've got your work cut out for you.
Commissioner Caden, I love the new commissioner's ideas, and I like that maybe someone from the senior citizen organization, community center, maybe plan a tour, like a monthly, like once a month tour.
Oh, great.
I'm just going to throw that out. And I have a consideration regards to having someone that is a cyclist in the city of Encinitas to come speak with us, but I think it's more on the mobility, and the traffic department should be more, and they are aware of the cyclists and all that. And I think it's probably, I don't know if I can say this, guide me, but I'm not in favor of having Schindler come here and speak to us regards to the traffic and she's more on the bicycle side. I don't know if she is still, she's not a staff, she's not an organization, I don't believe, but I rather have a organization come and speak to us and not just individuals that live here. They can have their oral comment. If she wants to come here and speak an oral comment, I don't mind that.
So I think we can, Commissioner Ling, I think we can have presenters on both bike safety and traffic safety. There's no reason why they're mutually exclusive, so.
Just point of order, this is Commissioner Angel. Christine Schindler is a member of the Encinitas Bike Walk Commission and is extremely knowledgeable about, I would say, all things related to cycling and new laws. While I certainly was not suggesting she would be able to be an authority on all of the new traffic laws, and I think it would be commendable to have someone from the Traffic Commission. I agree with Chair Ling that there's no reason why we can't have more than one. We have 12 months of speakers to line up. And just saying, and it doesn't have to be one particular person. I was just throwing out someone that I know from the Encinitas Bike Walk Commission. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm
Correction,
going to do,
please.
sorry, I'm going to do point of order. I would like to move on with the work plan. and then we can get back. I'd like to get through 1 through 5. We can go back and circle around. Oh,
Manager Goodsell here. I just want to recap for you the speakers that you're interested in having Troy Mickelson pursue for future meetings: scam and fraud prevention, safe driving, bike safety, Rancho Coastal Humane Society, One Safe Place, someone from the Senior Center to introduce the programs that are available, and I think that wraps it up. Did I miss anything?
Commissioner Copeland, just, these are perspective that we're going to vote on, right? Are we actually, respectfully, my only concern about scam is we've had them somewhat recently, and I agree with you. So that was my only question. It doesn't mean that we can't have him at the end of the year, because we always find things. So, all right, so thank you.
Understood.
Who is STEM, please? STEM?
scam.
Oh, the one about scams. I'm sorry, I thought
Okay.
you said STEM. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's get back to business here. I was just wrapping up work plan item 3 about researching best practices and then setting letters of support to city council and commissions and follow-up. When I get to work plan item 5, I will pause and we can discuss whether or not we want to, if it's okay that we want to keep all 5 or if we want to make any changes or get rid of anything. Okay, so work plan item 4, create a new and sustain ongoing intergenerational programming in collaboration with the Encinitas Youth Commission with emphasis on generativity and community building. Work plan item 5. So work plan item 4 would be an ad hoc. So you would limit yourselves to, we would limit ourselves to 3 commissioners for that ad hoc program. Same with work plan item 5, support staff in promotion, marketing, and outreach for programs for adults 50 plus, including the Encinitas Age-Friendly Initiative. And I want to make a comment on that because we are kind of on the home stretch for age-friendly. We're about to wrap that up, right? So age-friendly would be, I think, and we'll have a better idea. We can maybe talk to Manager Goodsell about this. There is also a roundtable for age-friendly coming up, I think, at the end of this week. So we'll have a better idea. We can pick up that discussion next month and talk about just how much more we are going to be doing with age-friendly.
Commissioner Koblenz, with regard to that, it appears that since we're wrapping that up and we've already supported it, that possibly work plan item could be eliminated and rolled into number 6.
Maybe, yes, that's exactly. So that particular portion where it says including age-friendly initiative, that may just go somewhere else.
Manager Goodsell here. So the draft study with suggestions on how to make Encinitas more age-friendly will go before council sometime this year, is what we're anticipating. And there may be an opportunity for the commission to participate in helping to implement some of those suggestions if council supports the study
Yes.
and approves it.
So one of the things...
So that is to be determined.
Right, exactly. So one of the possible work plan items may be sort of a catch-all for all the little stragglers that we have from last year. There is a discussion about bylaws, right? We've just recently been told by the mayor that he may want to standardize some of the bylaws so that they're consistent from one commission to the next. There's a follow-up potentially for the work that we've done on the general plan. And then there's also whatever finishing work there needs to be done on age-friendly. So potentially, that could all roll into a single work plan item.
Manager Goodsell, I believe bylaws are completed from your perspective, from your standpoint, and they are being reviewed by admin and the city attorney for consistency with city policy.
Okay. So there was something that was mentioned during the orientation meeting that we all had, and something to the effect that Mayor Ehlers was saying that he wanted to add some elements to the bylaws. Would we be required to reapprove them, or do they just kind of go through at that point?
I believe it will be the city attorney that will review at that point.
Okay. Okay.
Commissioner Thunder here.
Yes.
A couple questions. You mentioned there's a roundtable this week?
This is for the age-friendly program. I'm just kind of mentioning on the side.
Well, isn't that run by this commission?
No, it's not. It's actually, there is a leadership board and an advisory board, and the consultants, the San Diego State University Center for Excellence for Aging and Longevity. So that is
Can you share information? Is that open to the public, the thing coming up this week?
That particular one is not. It's basically for those who are participating in the age-friendly programs, not just for City of Encinitas, to discuss updates and findings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apologies.
No,
And
that's
maybe
okay.
my other two fellow new commissioners have questions about this too. But I saw age-friendly, through everything, through all the documents that I've been reviewing. And I just have a lot of questions about it. Is there a good one-stop shop to catch up so that I'm with the commission when we discuss things relating to that?
So Commissioner Thunder, you've not been involved in the process. The
Correct.
process actually started about a year ago. And so that's been kind of we can show you some of the presentations. I can go over some of those with you if you like. But it's basically 80% done. Right?
Oh, I'm not trying to
yeah.
stop
No,
anything.
but
I'm
what
just
saying
trying to
is-
catch up because
Yeah.
I'm sensing things are going to come before the commission to either support it or discuss it, and I just want to catch up.
Yes. So the answer is, except for there is a draft letter that's part of one of the things we get to approve today, that will accompany the packet that the Age-Friendly Encinitas Board will be submitting to City Council. But that's not really the packet itself is not for the entire Senior Citizen Commission. But with the draft letter, we can approve. So you'll have a chance to look at that.
This is Commissioner Smith. So if we participated I went to 3 of the 4 last workshops, and am really interested in seeing the results of the report. So I guess what I'm hearing is we're not going to be able to see even a draft of the report before it goes on further, because I saw the draft letter that was included in the package for today. And if we're going to be approving a letter, I'd kind of like to know what the attachment, what's going to go with the letter. Does that make sense?
Manager Goodsell here. My understanding is that the study from the SEAL team, which is basically a collection of all the feedback and information provided to us by community members from the listening and learning sessions and such, will go before the senior commission to be viewed. And you will have an opportunity to see that. The public will also have an opportunity to see it as well. But that will be down the road. It's
Commissioner
not available
Koblenz?
just yet.
If I may, for clarification, we are in the process, and there is an advisory committee that has been picked that we've been working on for over a year. So these are the things that we're bringing to completion. And I think hopefully the answer to the question is when that is completed, then of course, the commission will be incredibly important to make those decisions. Does that help at all?
Yeah, this is Commissioner Smith. Yes. Do you have any idea on the timing of that?
Manager Goodsell, I can't give you exact timing on that. However, staff is available to you, and we are happy to give you all the information that you would like to know regarding age-friendly, so we can provide that education for you and bring you up to speed on that initiative.
Could the new commissioners sit together with you and be brought up to speed?
We can
Could the
educate
three
you
of
on
us
that.
sit in a meeting with you? Is that legal?
Well, we can have up to 3 commissioners, but then you wouldn't be able to discuss what was discussed in the education meeting with other commissioners unless you do it in a public setting such as this.
Commissioner Caden, here's a question that maybe we all need to maybe know. age-friendly is just not in the city of Encinitas, it's throughout the county of San Diego. I was curious if the information just for the city of Encinitas, information in the process for just Encinitas residents, I'm going to be fully aware, maybe it's taken so long because it's going through each town of the county, forming it all in one lump,
So
or
I'm
just
gonna-
it's city of Encinitas?
It is just the city of Encinitas. So this particular program, Age-Friendly Encinitas, the name of our city is in the name, is just for our city. So what I'm going to suggest, though, is Manager Mickelson, is you may want to consider inviting one of the consultants from SEAL to present Age-Friendly Encinitas to the commission.
Commissioner Koblenz, Manager Goodsell, point of clarity, if we have our three new commissioners review it, then they are not allowed to be part of the ad hoc because the ad hoc on that only has room for one more.
Okay, so I'm going to table that discussion because
Okay.
there's some questions that I have, and I was going to wait until the round table to ask, because we have an advisory board, we have a leadership board. One of the questions I would like to ask is, is there any reason for that advisory board to change? I don't think so, because I think you have community members on the advisory board, and those people so there's a couple of us, community members, who also happen to be commissioners, but everyone else is a community member. So-
This is Manager Goodsell. The advisory board will remain intact from start to finish, and there may be an opportunity for additional members, but I don't believe so. So we can ask that question of the SEAL team. But staff are happy to educate you on the age-friendly initiative. So my recommendation would be to make an appointment with Troy Mickelson and myself, and we can educate you.
Okay,
And the other option is to listen to the meetings from the past on the website, the city website, and review some of the past discussions regarding age-friendly.
and then the third option is to have someone present from the SEAL team. Okay, let's go back and look at work plan items 1 through 5. Do we have some consensus on which ones we want to keep? Let's start with 1 through 3. Are all those three worthwhile keeping in our work plan for the next year?
This is Commissioner Angel. I see them, all these first three, as being very valuable and giving us an opportunity to all engage in the city, support city endeavors. And in regards to number 3, again, we've talked about this probably ad nauseum, but we're identifying resources to come and talk to this commission. So I would say yes.
Okay, do we have any commissioners who don't agree with keeping these 3? No? Okay, so let's try to lock those in. By the way, we're not going to vote on anything with the work plan today. We're going to wait till our next meeting when we sort of got a working draft and to finalize that. Okay, how about work plan item 4? Basically, it's intergenerational programming. In the past, we've done this in conjunction with the Youth Commission. It's kind of a challenge sometimes because their term is on a different schedule than ours. Their term goes from basically the school year. So they're going to be actually wrapping up in the sort of the May timeframe and then getting started again, in September. So there's a little transition that we have to work with as we wrap up their term and then introduce ourselves to the new commission for the next term. But it's still been a very worthwhile, I think, interaction with them. Do we want to keep that one?
Commissioner Thunder, I have a question.
Yes.
This list two, or the techie tutor, and I know there's Joy of Crochet, is that the two
So
main programs with this?
So no, there can be more.
has
We've
there
had
been-
other programs. There are always new ideas that come up from this commission, from the Youth Commission, about programs that we can work with intergenerational. The crochet one is kind of interesting because there's actually been a couple of programs where we did not have to do anything, where students from SDA, from a high school, basically said, we want to do an intergenerational program. Our club can provide the materials and the resources. You just need to give us a facility so we can do this. So that's actually very refreshing.
Manager Goodsell, also, the commission was responsible for marketing the program and promoting it and letting the community know about the program, the intergenerational program. And also, we had commissioners participate in the program and welcome guests as they arrived.
So, but the that's exactly right. But the brainstorming doesn't necessarily have to start with either commission.
What kind of attendance do you get at them?
It varies.
Okay.
So one of the things, for example, with the Techie Tutors program is we have yet to be able to do this on a regular basis. It's a once-a-year thing. One of the discussions we've already had with the Youth Commission liaison is trying to do this on a regularly scheduled monthly basis, because us folks, we're used to things happening on a regular schedule, or we'd like them to happen on a regular schedule. So knowing that the third Thursday every month, there's going to be a Techie Tutors event in the afternoon, that goes over much better. It can be a smaller event, so you don't have to have as many tutors, you don't have to have as many people showing up, but if it's a regular thing. So I happen to tutor at the computer lab, and the fact that I'm there every week makes people very, very happy. They're very comfortable with the idea that even if they don't want to go every Thursday, they know I'm going to be there Thursdays.
This is Commissioner Angel. Having been on this particular work plan item for the last, I don't know how long, and engaged in these Techie Tutor as well as the crocheting personally, I found it very valuable, and the opportunity for our commission to work collaboratively with the Youth Commission, that demonstrates right there how we are working with, and evidencing intergenerational collaboration, and I think that speaks volumes. So I think it's such a benefit to continue keeping this on the work plan item.
Okay.
Commissioner Smith, I agree, and I would like to see something like this continue. But what I was also wondering is, we have in essence, the high school students, and then we have the senior commission. There's a big gap in between there.
Exactly.
And I just was wondering if we're
No.
all age-friendly, which includes everyone.
Yes, so you're exactly right, Commissioner Smith, and that's why there's that word generativity in there. You have to look it up. But that basically says it's not just about these two, the really old people and the really young people, it's about everything in between. And the other thing, we've tended to do the youth assisting the older, and there's plenty of opportunities to do the other direction. So in terms of mentoring, tutoring, that kind of thing, you can go in both directions. So what I'm counting on is, if this work plan item continues, is for some of our new commissioners, both here and at the Youth Commission, to come up with new ideas.
Okay, so there is room to.
Plenty of room.
I'm thinking of resume writing, and not that I'm an expert at that, but, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Career change, that sort of thing. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Commissioner Caden, the last sentence here, conduct program evaluation as needed for feedback and input. Am I missing something, or how do we learn that?
So I would not worry as much about the outcomes right now. We can customize those depending on what things we want to do for this particular year. One of the things we did, for example, for Techie Tutors, was we handed out a evaluation form for each of the people who came in, basically saying, this is the problem I have with my device, this is what I want solved, and at the end, you can say, how did we do? Did your problem get solved? Were you happy with the results? What other things can we do? So we get some feedback from each event as well as to whether it was relevant and whether or not we could improve it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are we good with hanging on to work plan item 4? Okay, thank you.
Do we say second?
No, we're
Because we're not voting.
we're not voting today.
Okay.
Not on this one. Okay, let's go to work plan item 5. Support staff in promotion, marketing, and outreach for programs for adults 50 plus. I'm going to kind of say in parentheses for now, Encinitas age-friendly initiative, and we'll kind of think about that and bring that back up for the next meeting. But I think, I know Commissioner Koblenz has been really, really trying to do things that we could do to improve our ability to outreach, to reach out to more of our constituency, to reach out to the senior community, and get more people to participate, and even just be aware of our services. I've talked briefly with Commissioner Smith. I know she's like-minded about this and has some ideas as well. This is, how do we socialize what services are available in the city of Encinitas? What things do we have that we can offer at the Community and Senior Center, the library, the Pacific View Arts Center? There are so many services that are available, and the only reason they're not utilized as well is because people don't know about them. Right, so that's this work plan item.
Manager Goodsell, for clarification, do you want the sentence to end with for programs for adults 50 plus, period? Because that's all encompassing and not limiting?
Yes, I think that would,
So I'll let you discuss that.
We can discuss that, but I think that's where I'm going for now. We need to find a place, if there's another place somewhere in the work plan for the things that we're not finished with yet.
Point of clarification, if we find a place for age-friendly.
Right. And if
Okay.
not, then we put it back.
Then if not, we can put it back?
Yeah.
All right, I'm happy now.
That's my take on this for now. But we can discuss. We've got today and we've got next month.
Manager Goodsell, so staff are listening to your ideas, your suggestions, and we will wordsmith and draft a new work plan based on what you've said and bring that back to the next meeting where you can further work on it.
Thank you, Manager Goodsell. Okay, work plan item 6. This is the one that's specifically about working in conjunction with the San Diego State University Center for Excellence for Aging and Longevity with regards to the Encinitas Age-Friendly Initiative. So this has been a standalone thing. From this ad hoc, we had commissioners participate on the advisory board. That advisory board is pretty much locked down now. I think the folks who are participating in the advisory board will continue to participate. Now the question is this one that do we want to do something with this?
Commissioner Koblenz, yes, I'd like to. Could we simply add the prospective age-friendly initiative? Because we haven't been approved, right? So it's still up. So if the city says no, we're done.
Right, so the steps that are left is we've finished all the public-facing steps. We've done all the community feedback. We did that for the listen and learn, and then we did that to take input for ideas about what things we should do to implement a proposal that goes to City Council. There is the final report that will eventually be going to City Council, and then, of course, there's the response. So City Council says yes, and by the way, we want Senior Citizen Commission to be involved in this. That would be something we'd have to figure out how to do.
Commissioner Koblenz, what if we simply say the proposed?
We can figure out what, I'll leave it to Manager Goodsell and Manager Mickelson to come
Manager
up with
Goodsell is going
term.
to wordsmith
Manager
and everybody's going to be
Goodsell.
happy.
Council, if the study does get approved, council can direct this commission to work on that item.
Okay, and then we just add that in. So City Council has the right to add things to our work plan, even after we've approved what we think we want to do. So that's basically what happened with the general plan, work plan item. It's happened with the bylaws, so that's not there's been precedent for that.
Commissioner Thunder, are we still working with staff and SDSU? Is
We
that
are.
ongoing?
We are, and as far as the people who are in the leadership board and the advisory board.
Can you say what members of our commission are on the ad hoc
Sure.
and involved?
So Commissioner Koblenz and myself from this commission are still participating on the advisory board.
And is the advisory board, I'm sorry, is it all Encinitas or is
Yes.
it countywide? So it's
all
just Encinitas?
This is all Encinitas.
Is it made up of other commission members?
No.
I'm
the other-
sorry,
there-
I'm just terribly curious
Yeah, yeah,
because
no, it's a good question. So
I
there
am a
are other
senior and I
community
am
members?
involved, and I knew nothing of all of this.
Yes. Is it
Until
okay-
I got on the commission.
Yeah. I don't have the list, Commissioner Goods.
It's okay, I
Manager
just
Goodsell?
mean in
No.
general.
So there are, I can think of Carol from the Historical Society is on the advisory board. Is Pastor Bill? Pastor Bill is on?
Pastor Bill Harmon, Carolyn Cope.
Yeah.
So,
So
I'm sorry,
so-
Commissioner, kind of stakeholders in our community that have been around for a long time?
Yeah. So I think the advisory board is pretty well represented. Even former Commissioner Hanwitt.
Okay.
She was on the ad hoc for this past year, but she continues to serve. She is one of the founders of Village Encinitas. So she's also, I think, appropriately qualified to continue on the advisory board.
Manager Goodsell, just to point out the anticipated outcomes for goal number 6 last year was to host the age-friendly initiative workshops. That's been done. That's completed. Participate in the listening and learning session workshops. That's done. Disseminating the survey and helping to facilitate the acquisition of community feedback. That's, as far as I'm concerned, done as far as age-friendly is related, because you help to disseminate the survey, collect the feedback from the survey and from the workshop. So I see that particular focus goal is now complete.
Yes. So we've actually completed all the goals for this, we addressed all the outcomes that were originally framed for this goal. Now, is there going to be more age-friendly stuff going on? Probably, yes. But in terms of the context of this work plan item, it's done. It's been completed. So if we want to add age-friendly something to some other part of the work plan, we can. Okay. But that's up for discussion. So,
Thank you.
and we may not get to it today.
Commissioner Caden, I would like to wait for it to come up for discussion, because we will have questions if it's going to cost, the city of Encinitas or a grant, and then thank you very much.
Okay, so, and that's a fair question. We don't know. We don't know yet. So the original age-friendly Encinitas agenda initiative was fully funded by a grant from the San Diego Foundation. And so there was no city money that went to this. Now, once we have a proposal that goes to City Council, there may be some budget requirements, but we don't know that yet. So, to be continued.
Commissioner, I know you skipped over 5.
Oh, we did 5.
I know. I mean, not meaning they skipped over. We did 5, but I don't know what Sheriff's Night Out is. I don't know the resource of that.
Where are
and
you seeing this?
On the top, okay, you got 5, and then you flip the page, and it has attachment July 2025 distribution of surveys with face-to-face promotion.
She's in the old one.
Oh, you're looking at
the last
you're looking
year's.
at the one we finished last year.
Well, that was in my packet that I
Yeah.
got.
So there's a new one, which is the one we're working on now.
I'm not even looking.
Which is for the 2026-27.
Laugh at me.
No. We've got a lot of paper in front of us. We're good? Okay, all right. Okay. Work plan item 7. Explore grant funding opportunities based on community needs and survey results. We're always looking for grant funding. I don't know if it requires a separate work plan item. I'm kind of looking at our managers over there.
Manager Goodsell here. Mind you, the former grant writer that was previously our vice chair is no longer serving on this commission. So please
Exactly.
keep that in mind.
Yes. So, but there are always opportunities that come up, and I think our managers have always been very good about making us aware of those. There's been grant funding for various programs that we've supported, but I don't know if we need to have a separate work plan item for that.
Commissioner Smith, I just had a question about the grant writing because I was told that Jesse did a lot of that. I know nothing about it. If she's not, that person is no longer on the commission, is there someone else that can take that on that would not be,
How do you feel about writing grants?
I'm sorry, you have?
I'm saying, how do you feel about writing grants? I don't know that any of us, I'm not qualified. This is Commissioner Angel.
I was going to say, former Commissioner Hanwood was very, very helpful in applying for new grants and making us aware of programs that have been out there. We have a lot of resources now that we've come to know and who we can approach now for grant funding. It's a much easier process now that they know who we are and we know who they are.
Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking for now, unless we find ourselves struggling with it a little bit later, this one can probably go off our list and make room for something else. Do we have any other opinions about that?
Commissioner Koblenz, Commissioner Goodsell, does that mean that if grants come up and we find them, they go to you to apply for?
Manager Goodsell, you're always welcome to share grant opportunities with staff, and we can review those. And previously, staff worked side by side with Jesse Hanwitt, the former commissioner, in writing those grants. So staff will always be involved in the grant writing process, taking the lead.
Point of clarification, more specifically than Vials for Life, would we have to rewrite a grant for that, or would you take it? Or would this staff take it?
That would be something that the staff could look into and research. In the past, the County of San Diego had some Vial of Lives, and they were generous with their supply, so we were able to receive some of those to distribute. I know we still have Vial of Lives available at the senior center, and we are also happy to make copies of the insert, as many as is needed, and those can be put up on the refrigerator with a magnet. And those should be updated annually or as needed anyway. So senior citizens should be coming to us, or anyone who wants one, and we can supply them with a new insert.
My suggestion would be we leave it, and if people want to join the ad hoc on, that would indicate that somebody wants to do it. I would rather it stay than take it off. That's just my opinion.
Manager Goodsell, mind you that anything that is put on the work plan, it will go before City Council for approval. If they approve it, the expectation is that you follow through and complete the goal that was stated.
Commissioner Smith, could you explain what the Vial of Life is?
I knew somebody was going to ask that. So, who wants to try that?
Commissioner Combs, Vials of Life are very important pieces of information where you post your medical, your contact, and your personal information in the event either A, you live alone, B, you're older, C, you become rendered unconscious. When first responders come in, it's right there. Yeah. And usually you put it on your refrigerator. Being someone that lives alone, it's really, really important, and as Manager Goodsell pointed out, if you update it each year, it reminds you, or maybe your neighbor comes and finds you unconscious, then they have it.
Yeah. So the kind of information that's on the Vial of Life form is what kind of chronic issues you may have, what kind of medications you're taking, your emergency points of contact, the kind of information that if you're non-responsive, a first responder doesn't have many options. But there is a magnet, there's a sticker you can put on the front door. First responders are trained to recognize that sticker and to look for the Vial of Life form stuck on your refrigerator. So if they come in, they find that you are non-responsive, there is a resource for them to get this information.
Commissioner Thunder, why would we need a grant for that?
because you got to pay for those forms. And the,
Are they
Yes.
paper?
Manager Goodsell here. So there are some very fancy envelopes with plastic ones with magnets on the back where the insert goes inside, but it's not a requirement to have that fancy envelope. You can just have the piece of paper on your refrigerator if you choose to do so.
but I think.
And that's something that the city can duplicate.
Yeah, so I think Commissioner Koblenz, though, used that as an example for where we've gotten grant funding in the past. The other one, and it's on the list there, is the holiday gift baskets for the senior lunch. That's also a recurring grant that provides us with funding so that around the holiday time, the staff and volunteers will prepare little gift baskets for senior lunch participants during the holidays.
Manager Goodsell, and that staff will continue to pursue that grant annually.
So it doesn't need to be on our work plan for that to happen?
The grant for the holiday baskets, if funding is needed for that, then city staff will pursue that grant.
Is there some reason why we can't, because I liked what Commissioner Koblenz said, why we can't leave it here, and if we end up not needing it, that just becomes our report at the end of the year to council that we had sufficient grants for?
Well, we need to be a little careful because, city council is looking for us to make progress on each of these work plan items. So if we said, we did nothing on this, that's kind of a red
Maybe we
flag.
just need some word crafting.
We could. So, but the other thing too is there's only a finite number of things that we want to put on the work plan. It's not reasonable for 7 commissioners, soon hopefully 7 commissioners, to have 20 things on their work plan. So we try to limit that to 10. And because we're limited to 3 commissioners per ad hoc group, you can get spread pretty thin if you have too many things on your work plan. So
Mind
there's that
you,
consideration as well.
Manager Goodsell here, mind you that the commission is dark in July and December. So those 2 months, the commission does not meet here.
So we're only here 10 months out of the year.
So this is Commissioner Angel, and I think there's some very good points being made. I just want to reiterate that in the past, we did have one of the commissioners who was very talented and was able to grant, fund, and write. We no longer have that resource, and I'm mindful that this is really putting a little bit of pressure on the commission for us to actually get a work plan item approved and then not show or demonstrate, evidence, some type of progress that we've completed it. And we can continue to discuss this. However, I tend to lean with Manager Goodsell and Chair Ling that if in fact we've been able to be very ingenious and we're getting what we need, I believe we have the resources, we've made the points of contacts, and I would lean to not have something here rather than have it on the off chance we might use it.
So what I'm going to suggest is we'll table the discussion on work plan item 7. Manager Goodsell, if you include work plan item 7 for the grant writing with a question mark on it, we can pick that up at our next meeting and have more discussion on that and decide whether or not, once we finish the rest of the work plan, we may have some different ideas about whether or not we want to keep that work plan item. Any objections? Okay, let's go to work plan item 8. So this one we need to keep. Sorry. I don't think we have much choice on this one. This is the Senior Citizen Service Award. This is the one that we've done year after year in partnership with the Encinitas Rotary Club. It is kind of a big deal. The Rotary Club hosts a lunch for the award winner. They are recognized at City Council, and the award winner also gets to ride with the Senior Citizen Commission at the holiday parade. So it's kind of a big deal. We mentioned Pastor Bill. He's a previous recipient of the award. I think the biggest challenge for us, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, has been outreach. And we've made big inroads in that, but I think we can always try to figure, how do we get more people to nominate worthy people, worthy members and citizens of the community? How do we get more people to get more visibility to that particular recognition award? So that's, to me, that's always been the biggest challenge for this. We've made such huge progress, but we can always do better.
Commissioner Thunder, sorry. The award, how does it work? Who decides? Are we going to decide on who the volunteer?
Well, I'll let Commissioner Angel explain.
Okay.
She's done this for a while.
Thank you. Yes, I was going to speak to that. That's an amazing question, Commissioner Thunder. So having done this for the last 5 years, this is a vital program. And how it works is there are numerous citizens in the city that can be nominated for the priceless hours they give of themselves throughout the year or many years. And this is really acknowledging that and giving these individuals an opportunity to be selected for the Encinitas Senior Service Award. An individual is nominated. In fact, I was going to present, the nomination period ends this Thursday, March 19th. There's a nomination period each year, and we presently have 12 nominations. So actually, having had some pretty lean years, as well as some pretty robust years, I think we've had 12 nominations this year so far, and that's an opportunity for one of those individuals to be selected. And as Chair Ling just said,
I think Commissioner Thunder is wondering, who does the selection?
Yes, so there is an ad hoc, and that's something that I've been a member of that particular ad hoc the last 5 years, and the ad hoc meets outside of this general meeting. We are sent all of the nominations. We read them. It's a very unbiased situation. There's a rating sheet, and then we select amongst the ad hoc. We don't discuss it with this general commission until we have selected an individual, and then we bring that person back to the greater commission. We make the recommendation for that individual as the Senior Citizen of the Year.
So I should add that there are members of the Rotary Club that also
Yes.
participate in the selection.
It's a joint effort, as it says here on the work plan item. We've worked continuously for many years, and the Rotary Club actually initiated this program. So there's typically 2 members from the Senior Citizen Commission and 2 members from the Rotary. There could be 3. There could be 3 commissioners, because that's the majority that is allowed on any one of these ad hoc, work plan items.
Commissioner Angel, I have a follow-up question. Why is it 60 and over when the city of Encinitas considers 50 and over a senior?
Manager Goodsell, would you like to answer that?
Manager Goodsell here, that was a decision made by the Senior Commission.
In conjunction with the Rotary Club.
In conjunction with the Rotary Club, correct. And just to be clear, so whoever serves on the ad hoc committee for the Senior Services Award, they do the rating along with 1 or 2 members of the Rotary based on who they select. Then the committee meets, the Rotary and the ad hoc senior commissions. They discuss the nominations and they determine who they want to recommend. The ad hoc comes back to the full commission with their recommendation, and then the full commission gets to determine whether or not they want to proceed with that recommendation, or if they want to have dialogue and maybe nominate somebody else. So everybody on this commission will get to see all the redacted nomination forms, and the full commission will make the final vote.
Commissioner Caden, I learned that none of our commissioners are allowed to even put a name in or vote it.
Manager Goodsell, that is correct. So on the press release that went out, we did state that commissioners are not eligible to nominate. And that was also part of the criteria that was discussed between the Rotary and the Senior Commission.
So am I misunderstanding or need clarity when they speak about the ad hoc committee? Is there senior citizen commissioners on the ad hoc committee and they have a choice to nominate?
No, they don't. They don't. So they nominate the finalists, but they don't do the initial. So Commissioner Angel said there are 12 nominees this year. Those nominations come from the community. Right? There are people, citizens, senior citizens, who feel very strongly about certain people who they believe have contributed in a large way to our community and deserve to be recognized for the Senior Citizen Service Award. So we as commissioners are not allowed to nominate at that level.
Manager Goodsell, something to think about. We don't have an ad hoc committee formed at this point in time for the senior awards program. We are in a new term. It may be something to think about because we are, the deadline to submit nominations is this Thursday at 4 p.m. Who on this senior commission will serve on that ad hoc to do the rating alongside the Rotary?
That is Commissioner Angel here. That is a great question. I've actually thought about having continuity, given that this is my last year on the commission and having done this for the last 5 rotations. So I think it would be really helpful if 2 additional commissioners would like to. I don't know what your position is, but it would be good to have some continuity with me, or unless someone doesn't want me on the.
So I will ask as chair, are there any commissioners in today who would be interested in serving on the Senior Citizen Service Award ad hoc, besides Commissioner Angel?
Karen, Commissioner Caden, what is the requirements? Is there a list of what we need to know or do, and the time and the dates and the year?
Let me try. So pretty much everything and anything to do with the Senior Citizen Service Award. So you will be working on marketing, advertising, outreach, coordination with the Rotary Club. You may even, as the ad hoc, make some decisions with the Rotary Club to change some of the rules for the next round, that kind of thing. So it's.
Question, is this the meeting that we can speak of, or does it have to be an agenda
We're
item?
asking now because we're coming up to the end of the nomination period. So at some point in the next few weeks, it would be good to have an ad hoc organization to follow through with the nominations and work with the Rotary Club.
Is that true with all of your mentions of various ad hoc committees?
No, it's just this one. This is the one that has a hard stop with nominations at basically this week. So this is the only one I think Commissioner Angel is
as a
interested
commission,
in.
we're not going to reform the ad hoc committees?
We are. I'm giving everybody an opportunity to raise their hand if they want to be on this particular ad
one.
hoc now, because of the deadline.
What is the timing for the actual award, and is it a month from now, or when is the actual award presented?
Manager Goodsell, perhaps you can speak to that. Although the deadline, the last opportunity to nominate and receive it is this Thursday at 4 p.m. So if someone has not been nominated and the city has not received the nomination by 4 o'clock this Thursday.
That's the cutoff.
That's the cutoff. Then we actually go into the process of reading each and every one that's submitted. But
Manager Goodsell, the ad hoc should be prepared to bring back to the next meeting their recommendation to the full commission. So that's why it is imperative
No pressure.
to form the new ad hoc for this item today.
This is Commissioner Angel. I really would be amiss if I didn't say we've actually not ever done it, not in my tenure. We've never added a commissioner at this point because we've had some continuity. We've had a commissioner that hasn't left. Just so happens in this previous year, we've had commissioners leave. So, and I haven't even notified the Rotary point of contact that the possibility exists, but I'm totally open. In fact, I think it would be very valuable.
Manager Goodsell, we can have up to 3 members serve on the ad hoc.
I wish it was part of the agenda. I didn't, this is
agree.
kind of a little surprise.
If you'd
don't
like
know.
to postpone it, you're more than welcome to, and we can delay the recommendation. It can come back. However, over the next month or two, this will be a draft work plan. It won't be approved yet by City Council, but that doesn't mean your work has to stop. We want you to continue serving the community in regards to advocating for senior citizens and programs and such.
So if there aren't any commissioners who want to step up to participate in this ad hoc today, that'll be on the agenda for next month. So what we'll try to do is we will finalize the draft work plan and approve that. That will get submitted to City Council. But the other expectation is when we complete that work plan, we will have all the ad hoc committees staffed as well. So think about it.
Manager Goodsell here. So just to clarify, Agenda Report Item 8B does say, number one, approve the fiscal year 25-26 work plan outcomes, prepare the fiscal year 26-27 Senior Citizen Commission work plan, and select ad hoc committees to accomplish the fiscal year 26-27 work plan
correct.
goals. So it is agendized. If you want to proceed with forming the ad hoc, it's on the agenda. If you're not ready to do that, by all means,
And
we
that's-
can defer to next meeting.
I agree, and
That
that's
is
kind
up
of
to
what
the
I'm seeing
commission.
here is I don't see this, everyone raising their hand saying, okay, I'm ready to be on this ad hoc.
Well, begging your pardon, I am interested.
Okay.
But I'm unaware of what the other ad hoc committees are, and I don't want to overextend myself right off the get-go.
Okay, so
And in the agenda, pardon me, in the agenda, I saw that listed, but I saw no accompanying information for it.
yes.
So,
So part of what you can, this is the one work plan item that you can go back to the previous year. You can see what to expect, because the outcomes of the previous year are going to be very similar to the outcomes of this year. So the only thing that's kind of critical right now is because the cutoff for the nominations for the Senior Citizen Service Award ends this week, it would be nice to have an ad hoc ready to make some recommendations in the next couple of months.
Commissioner Angel had one last comment. We've only had 2 commissioners for the last 2 cycles, so it's not imperative that we have 3. You can have 3. I'm just saying, I don't want to have pressure.
are there 2 now?
No.
Manager Goodsell, you can also have 1. You can have
It's-
1, 2,
we're-
or up to 3.
Right, and we're starting with a clean slate. There is nobody assigned to any ad hoc for this year. So I know Commissioner Angel is happily going to step up for continuity to be on the ad hoc committee for the Senior Citizen Service Award. And we're just trying, and let me add one more thing about ad hoc committees. What we don't want is what Commissioner Thunder is worried about, is for any of the commissioners to be overextended. With that in mind, we've always tried to limit the number of work plan items that you can be involved in to maybe 3, maybe 4, other than the ones that apply to all. So, when you start looking at the work plan items that you are interested in, try to look at it from the context of which are my top 3 that I would like to pick.
Commissioner Angel? How often do you meet?
That's a great question, this is Commissioner Angel. So this is, again, it's really not, it's a certain time of the year when we would get very involved and we would have ad hoc meetings regarding marketing, and we would brainstorm, perhaps meet with the Rotary representative. But this is not an ad hoc that meets every month. When we do meet, again, it's kind of, we get into high drive, especially after this. I actually had just intended to read all of the nominations with the representatives from the Rotary Club this year, because I do have a lot of experience. So I don't want to necessarily put pressure on anyone. So if, in fact, I have to move forward. I can't hold off on reading these
Right.
nominations. I'm going to do that. But we don't meet every month. This is the ad hoc as needed is the best answer I can give you.
Well, I appreciate everything you've said about continuity, and I would feel comfortable serving with you.
Thank you.
And I will raise my hand to that.
Okay.
Commissioner Caden. Also, if I remember reading, when you're talking about having the ad hoc committee early stages? Is it because people start getting the forms out to vote, or I'm going to call it vote, or nominating Senior Citizen Award starts in January of 2027?
Yes,
Because this is
but we're
2020
we're at the tail end of the
Okay.
previous cycle.
So that's why it starts so early, and here we are in March.
Yeah.
Only aware of it.
So
Thank
as-
you.
Yes, as Commissioner Angels pointed out in the past, we've always had this overlap. So we've never run into the situation where we have so many new commissioners, but bless you for being here. But this is kind of a weird, unusual transition for this particular ad hoc. So can I say that Commissioners Thunder and Caden are signing up to be in the ad hoc? And Commissioner Angel, of course. Can we say that? Everybody nodding?
But only because Commissioner Angel will be holding my hand.
Very good.
This is Commissioner Angel. This is such a well-oiled machine at this point.
Sounds great. I look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. So we'll make a note of that, and thank you for engaging at this early date. Okay, let's move on, and then I'm going to table this, because we're kind of running short on time. Very quickly, work plan item 9 is related to the general plan. This one, we've done this. This has been completed. So is there some follow-up activity for the general plan? I kind of think that becomes a city council initiative. If they say, we want you involved, they can add that to our work plan. So we don't need this anymore. Okay? And then staff recommendation. This is new. Work plan item 10, explore transportation and options that could support future senior transit programs, including potential field trip models and funding opportunities for a program vehicle. This is actually one of the number one complaint that we've had has always been, how do we get transportation for some of the things that we want to do? So I feel very strongly that we should do this. Does anybody disagree?
No, Commissioner Caden, I'm not disagreeing. To understand the clarity of a program vehicle, I can only relate to regards to military, I'm not talking about volunteers, but military associates with Navy or Camp Pendleton. I remember that a lot of them lived in Hemet, pretty far, and they negotiated some vehicle van to go around and pick up, I don't know if you can hear me. Navy and Camp Pendleton associated a vehicle that a driver would be picking up people that needed to work at these medical, so I don't know if that's what you're talking about, a program vehicle that the city owns?
So managers, do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Manager Goodsell, I would envision potentially if there was grant funding for a vehicle that could pick seniors up and take them on potentially field trips, take them to Pacific View Art Center, or even possibly for shopping sprees or to the pharmacy potentially. This is wide open, so it's just something right now to explore.
Does the city have a 18-seater van? I made that number up. Is it?
We have a van for senior nutrition transportation, so that is supported in the budget to pick seniors up at their home and bring them to the lunch program and then return them home. And we do have funding built into our budget for a driver. However, for field trips, we don't have a budget currently for that. However, I am understanding that there is a grant funding through the Previs Foundation for art-related field trips. So the interim assistant center manager is actually working on putting together some field trips currently, renting a vehicle and a driver to take seniors on art-related field trips.
The van, the van that picks up seniors for lunch, is that owned by the city?
That one is owned by the city, yes.
So it does
And
nothing all
contra-
day until it does the lunch pickup?
I'm
And
sorry?
it does nothing all day until it does the lunch pickup?
It's
And then-
just budgeted for, currently for the lunch pickup and budgeted for the van driver position, contract position during those hours. Mhm.
I would like to keep item 10.
Okay. Any objections?
Commissioner Angel here, no, I think that's a very viable option.
Okay, so at this point, I would like to table the discussion on work plan to be continued in our next meeting. Commissioner Koblenz?
I think I'm missing where it says, where we write letters of suggestion to the city.
Yes, that was
Is that
in,
12?
Yep, it was here. It was in, sorry. Work plan item 3. Send letters of support to city council commissions to follow up as needed.
Manager Goodseller, Chair Ling, would you be interested in just doing a quick recap summary of what the commission wants to keep, retain, or
I can
delete
do
or
that.
modify? Thank you.
Yes, so we are keeping work plan item 1. Work plan item 1, which is attending city-hosted events and volunteering. Work plan item 2, which is the guest speakers. Work plan item 3, which is best practices for adults 50 plus, and sending letters of support to city council and commissioners, or so commissions. Work plan item 4 is intergenerational programming. Work plan item 5, promotion, marketing, and outreach for programs for adults 50 plus. We are going to delete work plan item 6 because the work has been completed. We are going to put a question mark on work plan item 7 for grant funding. Work plan item 8 is the Senior Citizen Service Award in partnership with the Encinitas Rotary Club. We're going to keep that one. We are going to remove work plan item 9 with regards to the city council direction to assess the general plan because that work has been completed. And then we want to adopt work plan item 10, which is the staff recommendation to explore transportation and other options that support senior transit programs and field trips. Does that pretty much wrap things up there?
Thank you. This is
Okay.
Manager Goodsell. So I appreciate that. We will bring back a draft to you for your review, modifications, and approval. And you will also then determine your ad hoc committees for each one of those goals that you approve at the next meeting. Does that sound good?
I think so. And the other thing is, do we want to also start doing, do we want to have outcomes ready for that meeting as well, or can we do that after?
Anticipated outcomes would be needed to complete the work plan.
Okay, so pick the ad hoc groups that you want to be in, which work plans, kind of go with your top 3. I'm hoping by this time next month, we will have a 7th commissioner. That would be really nice. So we leave some room for that new commissioner to also participate in this.
Manager Mickelson, I just spoke with Peter, and that closed yesterday. So hopefully we'll have some information regarding that vacant position here real soon.
Thank you. So pick the 3, your top 3 ad hocs you want to be in, and then also come up with some ideas for the outcomes that you might like to see in those work plan items.
So each work plan item has an ad hoc committee?
Yes, with the exception of the first 3. The first 3 apply to everybody.
Commissioner Koblenz, so point of clarification. So we're not making any decisions or recommendations on item number 3, writing letters this month?
We are not.
Because we don't have a completed work plan.
Right.
Thank you for your clarity.
Okay. All right, so we will pick up where we left off, finish up the work plan discussion, do the ad hoc committee assignments next month's meeting. Okay, I think that for now, that wraps up the work plan discussion, and that takes us to, here we go. Work plan, agenda item 8C, team building exercise. This is something we haven't done before. Apparently, there has been some funding provided for each of the commissions to do a team building exercise. It's especially relevant this time because we've got some new commissioners. We'd like to get to know each other. The idea behind this team building exercise is, one, we don't talk business. We're basically just getting acquainted. And the other thing is to give us a little bit of exposure to what goes on at the Pacific View Arts Center. I think one of the managers would like to speak on this.
Manager Goodsell here. So just one more thing to add to that. Funding for this would come from the Previs Foundation, so it would not be city funds supporting this team building excursion.
Commissioner Combs, I'm sorry, Commissioner Goodsell, the funds come from who?
Previs.
The Previs Foundation with SD Art Matters grant.
Thank you.
Can you spell Previs?
Prebys.
That is correct.
They're the
Slower?
same ones who do the Elephant Odyssey at the zoo.
Okay, can you spell it, please?
Prebys.
B-Y-S, not V.
B as in boy.
Prebys.
And before I move on, I realize I left something off. We need to approve the age-friendly community study letter, which is the letter that will accompany, correct me if I'm wrong, it will accompany the packet that we will be sending for age-friendly Encinitas to City Council.
Can we postpone that till we know more about age-friendly? Especially since three of us, I think three of us are going to meet with them, at least I am.
I'm good with, I think, I'm good with that, if managers are okay with this. We'll table that for next time as well. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
suggesting that.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's take a couple of minutes to discuss. Oh, we're running out of time. So one of the things we're trying to do with this team building exercise is also for us to become, as commissioners, familiar with what's being offered at the Pacific View Arts Center. So what I would like to ask, we don't have to make any decisions this meeting either, but what I would like to ask is for everybody here to go back to your new activity guide and kind of look at what the offerings are, because we basically can, hopefully next week or next month, agree on a particular activity that we all kind of appeals to all of us and participate in that as a group.
Commissioner Koblenz, do we have a time frame, or do we just need to complete this during the next work cycle, 2026, 2027?
Manager Goodsell here. I would like to suggest that you come up with a date and time at the next meeting, and sooner than later. I think it's important for the team building to happen in the early stages, so that way you can get to know each other, and that's what this is all about.
So you're requesting we come up with a date and time that we can all attend a specific event?
Correct,
Is that-
and it would be a program, so an art-related program. It could be painting or illustrating or, you name it. So what I would recommend, as Chair Lambert said, is look through the recreation guide and take a look at some of the programs that are being offered at the Pacific View Arts Center and see what interests you. And then also consider what day and time during the week would work for you all. Potentially, maybe it's a Tuesday at 2 p.m., just not the third Tuesday of the month.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is Commissioner Angel. One thing I'd like to just add, because there are just a plethora of programs offered, I just suggest, or I'm wondering if we might each come up with our top three. That might limit the possibility of us spending an hour deliberating. If we each come up with the top three of those programs, whether it be drawing, painting, ceramics, then we can come back here and then like-minded, if most of us have the same top two.
And I'm going to make more work for Manager Mickelson in that rather than wait to present those top three at the next meeting, is when you have them, send them to Troy. And that way he can compile a summary list and we can decide which ones we want to do.
Manager
Commissioner
Goodsell
Thunder?
here. I'd also like to suggest potentially 3 dates and times, because we have to look at availability at Pacific View, or we can bring back some dates and times to you to reflect on.
Okay. We are-
Commissioner Smith, just one quick question. So these are items that are already in the, it's
Already
not
offered.
going to be customized to,
Yes, there's
we'd be
pro-
participating in one of the established classes.
Manager Goodsell, it could be customized.
Oh,
If I may suggest, it might be a lot more expedient and easier for Troy if we just put in our availability and we narrow that down. There may be only one day that we can all be there.
Okay.
And that
Manager
may
Goodsell,
decide what
why don't we
do.
have Troy email you a couple of dates and times that work for Pacific
like
View
that.
and for the program instructor? And then you can let him know. Only reply to Troy. Do not reply to all because we don't want to violate the Brown Act. So only reply to Troy on your availability once he sends out a couple of dates to you. How does that sound?
that sounds
Okay.
great.
Okay. And we can even send out a couple of thoughtful program ideas as well that you might be interested in.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, so I want to say it's 3:56. Do we have an issue with going past 4 o'clock today?
Well, you need to vote to extend the meeting by 30 minutes if
Okay.
you want to do
I'm hoping
that.
it's not 30 minutes. Because all we have left are informational items, basically hearing reports from Manager Mickelson and Manager Goodsell. And I really don't think we're going to have any commission member-initiated agenda items or future agenda items to talk about. Probably a little too early for the roundtable at the end, and then so we can adjourn.
And you can just adjourn now and just skip those items.
Okay. Does anyone object to us skipping the rest of the agenda? Do we want to wrap up with the informational items and then adjourn?
Manager Goodsell, if we move forward with department updates and the operations report, we would need you to extend the length of the meeting and vote on that.
Okay. 10 minutes?
Is that a vote?
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, it would
Okay.
require
Do you want to
a vote.
extend it by, is everybody okay with staying here an extra 10, 15 minutes?
15 max.
15 max.
No more than 15.
Okay, let's say, do we need to go through the motion? Do I hear a motion to extend the meeting by
I'll
no
make
more
the
than 15
motion
minutes?
to extend for 15 minutes.
Okay,
I second.
Commissioner Thunder makes the motion, Commissioner Smith seconds. Can we vote?
Okay. Let the record show the motion to extend the meeting by 15 minutes passes with all commissioners voting yes.
Thank you very much. The clock is running. Manager Mickelson, do you have your center operations report for us?
I do, thank you. My report for February 26 and upcoming events. For total facility visits, we had over 6,200 visitors in February. The gymnasium saw 768 visits recorded in February. The banquet hall had 1,399 visits recorded in February. And recreation programs, we saw 450 participants registered for various activities. That's for youth and teen and Pacific View as well. Senior services and nutrition operations, we saw 395 senior meals were served. Transportation, we had 120 one-way rides were provided to program participants. Oakcrest Cafe activities, some of you attended the March 17th St. Patrick's Day event in the banquet hall during the luncheon, which was very popular. And to piggyback off of that, we have March 26th, we have the Creative Corner with paint and birdhouse craft. April 3rd is a spring-themed luncheon. April 3rd, monthly birthday celebration. April 6th is What's the Buzz for Senior Center Program Review. And April 9th is Bingo and Stretch. Upcoming senior events, Elder Help Solutions for Living. It's a nonprofit organization. That is tomorrow, March 18th, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Encinitas Community and Senior Center. Then we have the Mingle Series, Mingle and Play Bingo. That is on April 14th. From 1 o'clock to 2:30, and again, that's at the Encinitas Community and Senior Center. That concludes my report.
Commissioner
you.
Thunder here. Are we able to get that in print or sent to us via email? Those numbers are interesting, and it's easier for me to follow it if I
Oh,
can
yeah,
see
okay,
it.
yeah, I can email this to you.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Are those on the back page of the work plan? Not the numbers, but the events?
The events on the work plan, yes, it's on the schedule.
Yeah. If you go to all the way to the bottom of the
I'm
the work
interested
plan
in the
doc-
numbers.
Oh, okay, okay.
Thank you.
Do you need the numbers right away, or, because
No,
I think they do
I-
get wrapped up in the meeting minutes as well. Yes,
They'll be part of the meeting minutes then?
I believe so.
Okay.
So my report will not have that on there, but
Okay.
Chrissy's report will.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Next.
Manager Goodsell, would you like to give us an operations report?
I just want to make for clarification that
Department updates.
the calendar that was posted part of the work plan are the larger city events. So what I listed off were community center events
Okay.
for the senior nutrition program, for clarification.
Okay. So would it be okay for you to send a summary of those to commissioners?
Yes, I can. I will do that.
Thank you. Manager Goodsell, department updates, please.
Thank you, Chair Ling. Spring programs and summer camp registration opened on March 2nd. And the first day of registration, total enrollment was 3,803, which was 218 more participants than last year. You may have noticed in the activity guide, we're promoting a 20% savings to those who refer a friend to enroll in the same spring season program at Pacific View Arts Center. To activate the discount, both participants must email prca@encinitasca.gov to confirm the referral, and the discount applies retroactively to both participants. So please spread the word on that. Please save the dates. We have the spring egg hunt coming up on Saturday, April 4th, with the first hunt starting at 10:15 at Encinitas Community Park. And also, please let me know if you plan on volunteering to serve as ambassadors, welcoming families and greeting them at the event. We would love to have you there. Arbor Day is Saturday, April 18th from 9 to 12 at Hawkview Park. Art Night is Saturday, April 18th from 6 to 8 p.m., and that will be held at various locations such as City Hall, Encinitas Community and Senior Center, the Encinitas Library, Pacific View Arts Center, and there will also be a free shuttle service connecting you to these locations as well as participating galleries. At this Art Night, there will be live music, art, and community connection. The Recreation Division is seeking a volunteer. I'm hoping you can help me with this or know somebody. We're looking for a volunteer to help host Texas Hold'em games at the Encinitas Senior Center. These games are non-monetary recreational poker games offered purely for fun and social engagement for our seniors. So we are seeking a volunteer dealer to commit once a month during the week from 1 to 4 p.m. If you know of anyone that wants to support this fun activity, please refer them to myself. Registration is open now for the Encinitas Academy, which gives residents a behind-the-scenes look at local government through an interactive program that introduces the departments, services, and people who keep the city running. Participants will meet city leaders, tour facilities, and learn how decisions are made, how the city budget works, and how services affect everyday life in the community. Registration is granted on a first-come, first-served basis, and the sessions will start on April 7th. And you can visit the city website, encinitasca.gov, to apply. And that concludes my report.
So this is Commissioner Lang. If you have not been to Encinitas Academy and you're on this commission, strongly advise you go. It's very, very educational.
Commissioner Koblenz, I concur that. Manager Goodsell, did you say that they could not get the discount if they did not enroll online with the code PCRA?
No, what they need to do is they need to enroll in the program. They can enroll online or in person, but to activate the discount, what they need to do is both participants, so the person who enrolls and the person they refer, both need to email PRCA at encinitasca.gov to confirm the referral, and then the discount will apply retroactively to both participants, the 20% discount.
Thank you for your clarity.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. So let's move on very quickly. I think we can wrap this up pretty fast. Agenda item 10, commission member initiated agenda items. Are there any?
There are none.
Agenda item 11, future agenda items added by commissioner members. This requires consensus of 2 or more commissioners. Are there any agenda items you'd like to add for the next time?
Commissioner Thunder, I have a question that may turn into that,
Okay?
but my brain is stopping
Yes, it's all right.
working.
This is a long meeting.
Real quick, there were 2 oral comments presented to us tonight, and I would like to know how we can respond or what becomes of that. Katie Papaniak, who's still here, I thought what she talked about, the smoking that affects everybody in higher density, like apartments, I wonder if that could become an informational item
So there's a couple of options.
with a guest speaker.
So yes, that could be an option, having a guest speaker. The other thing is that we feel that we have enough information to make a recommendation. We can always write a letter of support or encouragement to,
To who?
well, you could do it to city council, but I would probably say public health, the Public
Well-
Health Commission.
I'm talking about, there were 2 speakers tonight, and each made me think of things. And in this instance, we are looking for ideas for people to present to the
Yes.
commission. And that seemed like it would be a good one, because we probably have a high percentage of our multifamily housing being seniors, and maybe that would be a good informational item.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
how do I respond? How can I respond?
You turn and look at Troy and say, can we add this speaker to our list of presenters?
Okay, can we add this speaker to our list of presenters, or follow up to see if that would even be enough to speak about as a presenter? Sorry,
That was
I'm winging
easy.
it.
Okay. All right. I am going to skip the
Manager
roundtable.
Mickelson, I acknowledge your request, and I'm making notification of that, and I'll have that ready to go.
So do you need to get Katie Papaniak's contact?
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, it's crunch time here, and we've been here for over 2 hours, and I appreciate everyone's time. I would like to wrap up this meeting, so without any further discussion, the March 17th, 2026 Senior Citizen Commission meeting is hereby adjourned at 4:09 p.m. Thank you, everyone.